I hadn't directed theater in a long time, and when I first came up with the idea to start a theater troupe here at AI, I wanted to do comedy. Comedy is the shortest form you can work with. It's entertaining, and and we don't have a theater program here, so I wanted to do something that I thought the students would have fun with, and as an audience would enjoy. So one of the reasons that I chose Boys at the IHOP was the contrast in horror and comedy. The story is about Dracula and Wolfman sitting at an IHOP at 4 a.m. deciding what they want as a late night snack off the late night menu. And you know, when you think about it, every time I mention this to somebody, they think it's hysterical. They think it's a great scene to happen. And when Scream came back in the mid-90s, when the movie Scream came out, it kind of reinvented the horror franchise to show, you know, you can have a little comedy in there as well. So when I saw this play, I thought, this is perfect, because several years ago I hosted a late night horror host show where we would host monster movies, and it'd be kind of all cheesy and schlocky, and I had a lot of fun with that. And I thought, what a better way to revisit the horror genre than with Dracula and Wolfman and their clueless waitress, and a little bit of a guest star at the end that you'll see when the night progresses. Rehearsals here are just like anywhere else that you would expect. It's mayhem, it's chaos, and it's organized chaos. You have to be very good at organizing when you do anything like this, especially at a school where they don't have a theater program. You do have video production, you deal with actors that way, but you know, you still kind of deal with multiple actors on a stage here. And what makes it challenging is there's no class for this, there's no curriculum. Everything that you see tonight and this entire weekend is done for the love of the art. And a lot of times that's all you have, is the passion of the actors or the passion of the directors, and you really got to give them a lot of credit, because that's what the key is: charisma and organizational skills in being savvy enough to turn a bargain basement night of fun into this wonderful bouquet of magic. We have no budget. We have we're skimping together with pennies and light bulbs and chewing gum, and in the end, we want to have something we want to be proud of. So one of the biggest challenges is trying to do an evening like this, make it presentable, make it enjoyable, and remember, you're still dealing with students, so you still have to sit back with a lot of patience. And all the student directors have to sit back with a lot of patience. Now, that's something I've worked with students for years at different universities. I've learned to develop patience. But when you have students who are directors who don't have that kind of patience, it's kind of fun trying to teach them and kind of giving them that knowing look like, yes, I completely understand what it is you're dealing with. Yes, I understand. It's very painful having to understand that all of your actors canceled on you at the last second. Yes, I completely identify with that. For me, it's something that I expect that. You know this stuff is going to come out. You know that this is going to happen. But for the student actors, I give them all the credit in the world, because as first-time directors, they're not really ready to deal with community theater just yet. And that's exactly what we're doing here, community theater. So there's no paychecks, there's no grade, there's nothing you can hold over the actor's head except your own charm, your own charisma, your own organizational skills. You kind of say a prayer and hope for the best. The Boys at IHOP is a wonderful play because it deals with Dracula and Wolfman sitting down, and it's a wonderful play written by Carl Williams. And I like the play because it's not something you would expect. And it's comedy. I still think the toughest art form to pull off convincingly is comedy. you know, every year at the Oscars, you see people win Oscars left and right about drama and tear jerkers, and you know, they take an eyedropper and put some tears in here, you know, and that's great, and I think it's a great form to do. It's tough to pull off a tear jerker, but let me tell you, it's even more difficult to pull off comedy, to invoke a response of happiness, of laughter. I think Jim Carrey is long overdue for an Oscar, and I wish the Oscars wouldn't overlook comedy. And they tend to overlook comedy because it's not really taken as a serious art form, but it should be, because I think comedy is the most difficult form of art, especially in acting, to invoke you to laugh, to burst laughter through your senses, and it's a hard thing to do. So, you know, the Boys at IHOP were done with a lot of comedic timing, a lot of dramatic pause and comedic wit. I think my acting crew of Topher Putnam as Wolfman, and Jason Holtzheimer as Dracula, and Junior Jackson pull off a great kind of ditzy IHOP waitress. And I think it's a good play to watch. It's a lot of fun, and you're already familiar with the characters. They already have an established ground base. You already know who they are. So you don't have to go through the usual, here's who they are, why are they important kind of scenario. You already know. It's Dracula and Wolfman. I have an extensive background in theater, and I've had an extensive background in making movies and television and things of that nature, especially with students. And the students keep me young, to be honest. They keep me young, and it's a lot of fun to still see that excited student look of, yeah, I'll direct a play, or yeah, I want to be in a play. And you're not nearly dealing with the money aspect and the financial this, and I'll do it for X amount of dollars, and you know, this kind of stuff. It's still fun at this kind of level, and that's one of the reasons I still love theater at this level. I've acted on stage before, I've acted on screen before, I've had a lot of fun with it, and I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. That's the bottom line. So while the students are learning, and while they're learning how to deal with dramatic pause and organization and leadership skills, the bottom line is, do it because you enjoy it. Because I've worked as a teacher and a faculty member and instructor at different colleges and universities, and here at AI I do the same thing. You kind of know what to expect. You've kind of lived every student excuse in the book. You know, you come to know that not every play, not every production is going to work the way it should, you know, and you kind of understand, yes, there's going to be problems, and you have to recognize those problems. And how do you prepare for something like that? Knowing there's going to be problems, knowing that it wouldn't be a play or a production if something didn't go wrong. And a lot of these first-time directors, I'm trying to kind of pound it into their heads. It says to let them know that, listen, not everything's going to be perfect. You gotta have a sense of timing, you got to have a sense of morality, you have to have a sense of ethics, you have to have a sense of what's right and wrong, a sense of timing, and you have to be a good leader. And to pull all of this off and cross your T's, dot your I's, say a prayer, and hope that it goes well. So that's kind of what we deal with when you put these productions together. So if someone asks you, how did you prepare for this? I'd say, very carefully. What I hope that the audience gets out of watching The Boys at IHOP is just a few laughs. I think that there needs to be a little bit more laughter in the world, and that's just me. I'm a jovial person. I like to laugh. If I couldn't laugh, I would die. I have to laugh. And I think one of the things about Boys at IHOP is it's theater of the absurd. It reminds me of the old Batman TV show with the Biff and Zowie and Zam, because it doesn't take itself seriously. Dracula and Wolfman sitting at an IHOP and deciding what they want from the late night menu as a snack. All right, picture that. And most of the time when they're ordering from the waitress, you know, Dracula's eyeing up the waitress, and Wolfman's like, what, are you doing this again kind of stuff? What's wrong with you? And you know, Dracula's like, well, you know, you look very charming, young lady. I think that you are a beautiful young woman. What is your name? And the waitress says, Mary. Oh, I'd like to have a Bloody Mary. And Wolfman, instead of like winking at the audience where we all say, okay, that's funny, Wolfman is the antagonist there, and he's like, Dracula's hitting on the waitress again. So when he's like, oh, you know, I'd like to have a Bloody Mary, you know, Wolfman kind of gives a look like, are you kidding me? Really? You know, in a restaurant, at an IHOP, you're going to pick up a waitress? So there's a lot of comedy in that, and I think that that's what I want the audience to enjoy. I want them to laugh and have fun and say, you know, this is just a lot of fun to watch. And hopefully we can inspire more people to become members of the AI theater troupe so it can continue for as long as we can keep it afloat.
See anything you like?
Oh, nothing I could sink my teeth into. What a lousy night this has been, huh?
No luck,
You have any idea how fast people can run these days? Hell, if they're wearing Nikes or Reeboks, I don't even bother.
But aren't people frozen with fear when they see you?
You kidding me? Seems like the only people out this late at night have got tattoos and piercings and spiked collars, or tattoos or spiked collars. It's disgusting.
I know exactly what you mean. I went for somebody's throat the other night and nearly chipped a tooth.
Hi! Welcome to IHOP. Look at you! Been to a costume party?
Now, what do you mean by that?
The charming young lady, she's referring to her attire.
Let me guess. I bet you're a Wookiee.
A what? What did she call me?
I believe it is a creature from Star Wars. It is a science fiction movie. Chewbacca.
He's are big and furry and cute and lovable.
Cute? Lovable?
For someone who's been to a party, you're really grumpy.
Don't mind him. He's had a rather bad evening. On the way over here, he got mooned.
My boyfriend took me to a costume party once. He went as the Lone Ranger, dressed up in the whole outfit, mask, gun, and silver bullets.
Silver bullets!
I went as Tonto. But next time, I want him to go as Batman, so I can be Robin.
Batman? Comic book character. Now, if you want to know who the real Batman is...
please don't get him started.
Perhaps we should go ahead and order.
I'm not hungry.
Are you feeling well? Maybe you're catching something.
On the contrary, my dear, he hasn't got a thing.
Oh, God. I don't get it.
There are some things in life better left unknown. Things I wish I'd never seen.
Well, let's start shop with something to drink.
It's an excellent idea, Miss...
Oh, my name's Mary.
Oh, geez, just some water for me. Oh, and a bowl.
And what would you like?
I believe I would like a Bloody Mary.
Oh, please.
I'm sorry, but we don't serve those here.
What a shame. Just bring me some tomato juice then, and I will use my imagination.
Alright, I'll be right with your drinks.
Stupid little girl.
I find her quite appealing. Her vitality of youth, I could almost see it coursing through her veins.
Well, forget it. Well, you don't think she's gonna go out with you, do you?
Some women are attracted to older men.
400 years older?
We will see. Oh, I remember the girls of Transylvania. So lovely. We used to go out into the woods and Nick. It was a little joke, Nick. You should laugh.
How can I laugh when I'm doomed?
Well, we're all doomed. There is no reason not to have good time. So, put away that I don't look.
Don't you ever feel guilty?
Guilty for what?
You know, for what we do to our victims.
Victims? We give them a taste of immortality.
You have no shame.
The secret to my eternal good nature, my friend.
How can you even look at yourself in the mirror?
Well, I can't.
Oh.
Which makes it very difficult to comb my hair.
Alright, here we go. Water.
Oh, thank you.
And a bowl. Some tomato juice in the box. So, have you decided on what you wanted yet? Well, today our specials are pretty limited. We have some stuffed French toast, lots of pancakes.
I believe I have decided what I want to order, but what would you recommend?
Well, if you're having a late dinner, how about a steak?
Please, no steak. Heartburn.
Oh, hey, maybe we could serve it really rare. Oh, with a side of garlic.
Turning vicious, are we? Maybe she could bring it out with a side order of wolf's bane?
Hey, now that's nothing to joke about, is it?
Well, maybe you can find something lighter on the menu.
Yes, we're not very big eaters. We just came in for a quick bite.
Well, you can't go wrong with pancakes and eggs.
No, it's breakfast food.
It's only a few hours until setup.
Oh.
I'm not much of a morning person. In fact, there's nothing I find more romantic than the moonlight.
Oh, please.
Well, there's a full moon out tonight. Did you see it?
Don't mind him. I'm sure by the end of the night he'll have a howling good time.
Funny guy.
As for me, I find nothing more romantic than a moonlit stroll. Don't you?
Sure, I guess.
Wonderful. Perhaps later on we could go for a walk in the moonlight.
Or a run! Yeah, a run! Reeboks.
Are you two runners?
My friend here, he's not as fast as he used to be. But you should see me fly.
Really?
My boyfriend's a runner.
Must we talk about him?
No, but he's very generous. He's always giving me things. Like, look at this.
Oh, A silver cross!
Please,
What's the matter?
please put it away.
What's wrong?
Him and I, we're
Jewish.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, well, I'm not sorry that you're Jewish. I'm just sorry that I really didn't mean to offend you. Could you just not tell my boss, okay?
Of course not, my child, but perhaps it would be best if you went and tended to your other customers.
Okay, but just let me know if you need anything else.
what we need. We won't get from her.
Isn't that the way it always is? When you think you finally found somebody, it just turns out it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, well, all right. I think I'll say goodbye now.
What, you're leaving already?
Oh, yeah, well, the moon's about to set. I gotta, get home and, change.
Well, it was very good seeing you again, old friend.
Yeah, we have been friends for a while, haven't we? Hey, listen. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you and I, we bit each other?
No. That's a bad idea.
I forget I said anything.
Before you go, I believe I left my wallet in my other cape.
Oh,
I mean,
there we
do you think you could...
What? Pay for your tomato juice? Oh, this is just like you. Always putting the bite on people. What makes you think I have any money?
What? Not even a little something for the pretty little waitress. What a distressing turn of events.
Hey. Coming here was your idea, not mine.
But if neither of us can pay for the bill, what are we to do?
I don't know, she's liable to call the cops. Oh shit, here she comes.
Run.
What?
Run for it!